now we want to show the source to be this IP address only. So which means that the IP address must be coming from us. So ib.src, as simple as that. So ib.src equal, now put the IP address, which is, in my case, here it is. So put it here and press enter. You can see that from here, the tab resource, you can see all of the buckets have this IP address, which means it starts capturing this bucket. The same thing for the destination. It will be ib.dst, okay? Equal, don't forget to put a space here and put the IP address. So the destination will be like this. So as you can see, all of the destination has the same IP that we put inside the filter, okay? Now what if I want to be the IP address or the source IP and the destination IP to be specific? So how to do such a thing? We can use the shift 77, which means the and like that, and put ib.src equal and put whatever, okay? Now, by the way, this will not work because the source and destination cannot be the same IP address. Anyway, let's put 1 in our case, and this will work, okay? So and, or you can put here or shift backslash, which is this one. This means that it is or. So it means that either the IP, the destination is like that, or the source is like that. By the way, I'm just giving you the idea. So it depends on you now how you want to work. So I just provide you with the filter and the skills needed for your job or your work. You are the engineer, you are the hacker. Prepare the filters you want depends on the analysis you want. Okay? So ib.destination, ib.source, you can put or, you can put and, or you can put ib.adders, which is adder, which means whatever. So it is a source or destination. Okay? Now, if you want to capture the traffics of HTTP request or specific protocol, you can provide the protocol here. So if I type HTTP, in my case, as you can see, HTTP, HTTP2, HTTP3, but in my case, I will use HTTP, and you can see there are nothing here. So if I open my browser here, sorry, my terminal, and if I type curl HTTP as google.com, you can see it will not show anything because it is HTTPS. Now, if I type curl HTTP, by the way, the curl, it is the CURL. So actually, this is tool. If I type man curl, this is to transfer a URL. It is a tool to transfer data from or to a server. Okay, and this is used with specific protocols like FTPS, FTTP, FTP. I mean HTTP, HTTPS, whatever. Okay, cool. So this time it will be curl HTTP. Okay, like that. Oh, cool. You can see that, yeah, the source, it is coming from my machine, which is this IP, and it is going to the destination, which is the public IP of Google. And now it is coming from, as you can see, this is the link or the information. Here it is get slash the HTTP version 1.1. And we got the response, which is this one, the 2. The response is the source. You can see that the source here coming from google.com and going to our destination, which is my IP address, and the protocol is HTTP as we put in the filter. And here you can see it will show us that it is moved permanently or whatever. Okay, now this is the same thing for DNS. So you can type DNS and you can put or show all the DNS requests or packets. So you can see that here we are going to somewhere or whatever data we are receiving. All right, the same thing for HTTPS, by the way, but you can see that HTTPS will not work because here it will work if we type SSL or TLS. Okay, TLS like that. Okay, so the same thing. All right, cool. Okay, now what if I want to see a specific port for the TCP? So we know that TCP is in layer 4, which is the transmission layer, and the transmission layer or the TCP use ports, right? So in that case, I will use TCP dot port. By the way, if you can see TCP dot a lot of things. So dot port, dot analysis flags, initial RRT, duplicate acknowledgement. There are a lot of things, out of order, analysis, whatever. But in our case, we will use tcp.port equal, and it will be port 80. Okay, so I press enter. After that, you can see there is nothing. Again, if I go to the curl HTTP, which is the port 80, you can see that, yeah, we start receiving a lot of traffic. So if I go actually to the port, so if I'm using this time telnet, and let's go to the google.com and on port 888. So here, let's change that to 888. You can see that, yeah, it start receiving. So actually, let's restart that. So let's delete this and let's restart this, continue without saving. You can see that port or 888 not found. If I type telnet google.com on port 888, you can see that, yeah, it will start sending the traffic from the source, which is my laptop or my machine, to the destination here, which is the IP address of, or the public IP of google.com. And here you can see that it is not working, by the way, because this port is not opened from Google side. Okay, cool. Now the same thing for udb.port, the same thing, it will work as expected. Now what if I want to see the packets that with TCP contains a specific thing? So TCP contains, as you can see, for example, get. Press enter, and if I open here, if I try to go to curl HTTP, you can see that the get is not inside this TCP. Now what if I want it to be get capital? You can see that, yeah, because here what we have done in the curl command here, we are sending a get request. So get request, so you can see that get capital here is found. Yeah, here you can see that this is the bucket, and inside it we have the get, this one, we have the get request. So get slash. Now what if I want to search for slash? Yeah, by the way, you can see it is found either in the request or either in the response. And you may ask me, how did I know this is a response? Yeah, you guessed it right, from the source destination address. So the source is this IP. This IP is not my IP, the destination is my IP, which is this one. So I assume that this is for google.com. Cool. Now don't worry, we have other stuff. How did I know this is for google.com? So from here, you can see that from here, you can see or search for the host. So yeah, from the request or HTTP request, you can see that the location is like that. So the location is google.com. Cool. So far, so good. Now to filter out all the HTTP get or post request, we can use this one. So http.request. So you can see that http.request, press enter. And here you can see that you can choose the method, the line, the URI, the version, or whatever. In my case, I will use the method, and equal, it will be get. Press enter. Now let's go here. Let's type curl, the HTTP, and you can see that, yeah, it is captured. Now here it is a get request. Now if I want to put it as a post request, so -x, I will use the -x option with the curl here and put the post capital. Press enter. You can see that it couldn't resolve this. Yeah, actually it is x capital, by the way, not x small here. Yeah, cool. But you can see that it is not captured. So how? Now if I type post this time, yeah, you can see that it is here. Now again, let's restart that so I can show you live. So here it is again. Yeah, you can see that it is captured. So you can see post slash and it is working fine. The same thing for bot or other HTTP request.